Hey, and welcome to the Mountain Cat Guitars podcast, where we discuss all things guitar related. My name is Doug Meyer, owner of Mountain Cat Guitars, and I've been buying and selling guitars professionally for over 25 years. From boutique guitar and amp builders, vintage guitar dealers and experts, guitar repairmen and luthiers, retailers, manufacturers, and of course guitar players, we talk to the people who buy, sell, play, and of course obsess over the things we love most, guitars.
Hey everybody, this is Daniel. Welcome to episode 4 of the podcast. This is a continuation of our talk with Shira when our friends walked in, Nitebob and Josh. So it kind of starts mid-conversation, and Nitebob is telling us about how many guitars he's destroyed.
I think it's so powerful about that idea.
Let me tell you, well, Ronnie putting his name in, that's no
Ronnie was a badass.
You know how many vintage guitars I destroyed?
Yeah.
Right? You know, it's like I bought a 60 slab, a black 60
I love this story.
slab,
You told it in the first podcast.
right, Stratocaster, hardtail Strat. Right, I bought it from the kid down the street for $100. Right,
But
and wait, so the same day I came back with this Strat, I was a Gibson guy. I was playing Les Pauls and juniors, and I had $100, and I was like, I'll buy Black Strat, right? The same day, I get a copy of Guitar Player magazine. Jerry Garcia's on the cover.
I have
He's
that
playing a a mid-50s Strat. And there's no finish, and it has all this beautiful ash grain. Right? I'm like, oh, so that's what's under the paint. Right?
let's do this.
So I go, hey Dad, how do I get paint off a piece of wood? Right? And he goes, well, go down in the basement. There's a can of this stuff, Zip Strip, right?
No.
And get
I used that once.
and get, and one of the scrapers. He goes, put the shit on. When it bubbles, you scrape it off. You're good to go. Right, so I'm down there. I disassemble. I had a Phillips screwdriver.
Yep.
Take all, just boop, 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 take it apart, take everything out. Unsolder a couple
At least you
of
did
things.
that.
Right, yeah, I know. Believe me. And then, so I do it. I put it on. I put the shit on. It starts to bubble. I'm going, wow. I feel really good.
I did that once too in my basement of my house with the windows closed.
I don't think I should be doing this.
Why are there bunny rabbits everywhere?
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to take this outside, right?
I want to hear the Jefferson airplane suddenly.
So I got the scraper, and I scrape across the top of the body, and the black comes off, and underneath is seafoam green.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's even worse than black.
Oh no.
Let's keep going.
More Zip Strip, right?
Oh no.
It all comes off,
Oh, no.
and I look at it, and it's an alder body. There's no grain.
Just plain
So
Jane.
now
So I'm looking
from having
Strat.
a black guitar, right? I now have a brown guitar, which is
Way worse.
Oh my God! What do I go?
This sucks.
You did real good.
I'm throwing away $100. What I can do?
Oh, he threw away $100.
So what I did, what I
Yeah.
wound up doing, I put the guitar back
$100.
together, and I sold it to the other guitar player in my band for $125.
See? There you go.
It's a profit deal.
Well, I mean,
This is the
after
vintage Strat.
alteration, you upgraded the
And the
guitar.
finish is gone, so it doesn't
Yeah,
show.
I took the trouble getting the finish off of this thing. 2 custom color finishes. That's the best part.
Look at Jerry Garcia. He's got no finish on
Dude,
his.
he's doing
Yeah.
pretty
The
good.
wood can
He
breathe
needs it.
now, right? And he's
Oh,
got-
I still hear that
It's
story.
$125, and it still smelled the Zip Strip.
The wood can breathe, but you couldn't. So,
Oh my God. You have 2 custom colors.
Listen,
Love the same guitar.
My '68 Les Paul Custom. I decided I want a third pickup, like Keith Richard,
Good idea.
and I was like,
Get a screwdriver.
I got a chisel,
I used a screwdriver.
chisel and a hammer.
I
right?
got
And,
a chisel.
And I did like the outline of the feet and all that.
Yeah,
and I
it's
just
perfect.
Like fearless. Just like clang, clang, no fear.
There
clang,
wood
clang,
flying
clang,
everywhere.
clang, right, and I put it in, and it was like the pick was straight and everything. It was cool. I had to take a tall ring and make it smaller.
yeah.
Learned how to
Figured it out.
You got it to learn.
plastic
bit of
stuff that
retrofitting,
looked
yeah.
right, and everything, right? And it was funny then, like about, 5 years later, I had the guitar up on 48th Street, right? And Ken Parker, I said, I don't know about that third pickup, right? And he goes, well, just take it out and I'll make you a cover for the I keep hitting the cover with my pick. I don't play it that much. He goes, well, bring it in. I'll take it upstairs. We'll make you a little cover, I went, I should have thought of that, right? He says, come up here. And I go, who installed this pickup? A beaver? And I was like,
I did.
I don't know.
I don't know, but
it was
sure
that
wasn't
then when I got it.
Yeah, not me, right? I would never do
I
that.
didn't know that.
I think what's amazing is that we just finished having a conversation about how people should not attempt their own guitar repair.
Then tell us
And
right.
modification.
Well, I agree
but
with that, but I mean, you have to understand. that
But
this
back
is
then there wasn't people.
This is
But
1970.
this is people. This is Nitebob, so
Right.
Well, no, this is 1970. We're talking right
it
now,
was
what,
a dark time from what I
50
hear.
years ago?
Yeah, that's
Right? Where all of a sudden it was like you couldn't even, I mean, I had to go to Eddie Deal and buy a pickup from him.
My first
Right.
guitar was
Around the corner from
Except for
48th,
Eddie Deal.
upstairs on the second
I
floor
can't
of
say
49th Street. Before Dan Armstrong, moved downtown, he was there, and you went to him, and I go, I need a pickup, right? And he goes, what for? I go, I want 3 pickups. He goes, you're going to regret this. And it's like, listen to what people
Right.
tell you. Listen what the old people tell you, And it was funny, too, because he said, so he sold me you're going to love this, a patent number Gibson pickup with a nickel cover. I go, I want gold. He goes, you're going to take nickel and be happy. For $28.
Wow.
Right?
You're probably like, that's a
28
fortune, right?
No, I was like, wow, okay. And then he goes, but I'm going to throw in a magnet. He goes,
How kind.
when you put a ceramic magnet, he goes, when you need some more gas, he goes, take your bridge pickup, take the cover. He goes unloosen the screws and slide the magnet out.
Wow.
And then slide this magnet in.
What year was
Wow.
A 70.
this? Wow. I didn't know people would do that long ago.
That was like one of those big secrets.
Yeah.
It's like put a ceramic magnet rather than an Alnico magnet. Your
I didn't realize that went that far back.
Oh yeah. That was like one of those.
People have been fucking with guitars the whole time, yeah.
But that makes them interesting, though, right?
Well, there's tinkerers. There are people who tinker with shit.
Yeah,
Like, look at Les Paul.
obviously
you
there's
know?
a difference in somebody, just hacking away at a thing versus doing it nicely.
Right.
But still, I like the idea that these things are just. We're reminded of the fact that they're tools with that
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of work
right.
that's been done to them.
It's true.
Right.
The whole kind of elevated collector's market.
We
as
just
much
went
as I
through
can
this,
push
right?
a pain
It's funny
into
how these
that.
things all go. Most of these conversations are circular.
You're like,
but we
you
just
son of a bitch! You're
Yeah.
taking food out of my mouth!
I'm worried about you.
But we just discussed something like that.
Don't worry about what you
the same
say.
things come up on podcasts, like why are PAF sound over it? Comes up in every podcast.
Oh, I love
do
the-
better purple amp sound
love
better?
the pick guard.
Of course, they do.
Pick
Yeah.
guard is really-
I gotta get a purple amp on my
Yeah, I
house.
love this. It's
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, this
It's
guitar is
just-
just.
Here, you hold it.
Oh, I didn't even look at that. It's so funny.
look at that part.
I looked at that guitar forever. I never even looked at the price tag.
You bought it here. You paid too much.
Let me
It's
see.
still a 56 Martin.
I don't
Yeah.
care. It's got double pick guards on it and
Here,
no
you take
sound.
that. Let me see that.
You know?
Come on, no sound.
It chokes the sound. Sorry.
Let me see that now that I know.
Talk to the Everly Brothers about
Hold on,
that.
hold on. First of all, the Dave Dudley guitar that we had with
Yeah,
the
that's-
double leather pickguard on it is one of the best,
Who?
That's actually a good price for that.
best,
Who?
one of the best
Who?
sounding guitars I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well,
So I
at
don't
least there was an
know.
organic leather pick guard.
It
At least
it
it
should have
was organic
sounded.
material.
It should have sounded like. What do you know about organic material?
I know
Hey.
a lot about organic material.
I don't know what that.
We got
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But I said.
That went sideways fast.
Yeah, oblique drug reference.
I don't think this price is
Sure.
fair for what this guitar is.
Check the neck out on this thing.
We won't tell them what the price is.
Well, we won't tell them, but I just saw it.
I
I think that's a fair
come
price
on.
for what that
You don't
is.
think this
Let's
guitar
just
rings
say-
out?
If that said Carmine
doesn't sound like
on
Choke.
it, it'd be different. That guitar is actually cheaper, older, and better than a new Gibson Les Paul.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that price is that terrible.
No, I
to
don't
be
think so
honest.
either. The,
What
the
this
double
is.
pickguard, double plastic pickguard thing, that is Ronnie's big mistake.
This was
Yeah,
Ronnie's big
it doesn't seem to.
mistake.
It sounds amazing. So
It
maybe.
sounds
think
a
it
lot
still
more
sounds good.
amazing without that
You think?
double pickguard.
I don't know.
I don't know how much better could it sound. It's not like there's thick pickguards on it like a J200.
Yeah, they're so distinctive and interesting.
But is the pickguard making it
Guitars are gonna
sound?
fly away.
When you're sitting at home, take your favorite acoustic guitar, right? And then just have Melissa put both her hands on the top while you're playing and see what happens.
Well,
'Cause basically
your whole
when you're
hand with
choking-
pressure is a lot different than a thing.
Is it a piece of plastic that's on half of the where's the sound come from? The vibrating top?
Right. But this isn't like, it's not like an Everly Brothers where those things are this thick.
Were they thick on those?
They're crazy thick, yeah.
That's
This is thin. You know, like, that's why the Everly Brothers guitar sounds terrible. You ever hear a great sounding Everly Brothers guitar?
Right, now all the electric guitar players
Juju,
are
that can be weird
they're
anyway.
getting
I
ready
think
to
it's also
turn the
the
channel
heaviest
now.
Yeah.
Let me give you something for the electric guitar players, right, that they can all go do at home, right? Take your guitar,
You guys.
right? Hit a big chord, and then go to like your toolbox or your girlfriend's toolbox or your dad's toolbox.
Okay. That sounded weird. I don't know why.
Hey, listen.
It just
you know,
struck me as
it's like-
strange.
Girlfriend's
it's an equal
toolbox is actually
opportunity.
It's
like
good
a
for a
hardcore
band.
band.
I appreciate that.
Listen, right? And get a C clamp.
We should form that band.
Right.
We're there.
We're there. We're in it.
Get a C clamp
Oh, thank you.
and put it on, hit
Thank
a
you,
chord,
Connor.
And
You're
then
welcome.
put the C
Connor
clamp
McDowell.
on your
Incredibly helpful,
guitar.
awesome dude.
And the way your guitar rings will completely change.
Sure. Every
By changing-
part vibrates and talks to the other part of the guitar.
So,
That's true.
putting a big chunk of plastic on the top, on a spruce top, right, is
That's
detrimental to the sound.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
I
So there
don't-
we go. We can move on now.
That being said, I think that this is a good sounding guitar.
That's a great sound.
Listen to that big open strobe.
That sounds like
Imagine what it
D20
would
should
sound like without those.
I
pickups.
wonder.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Well, you could- maybe someday someone would remove
She's
them, but-
absolutely right. She's absolutely right.
We'll never know.
We will never know. Because
This is
no
the
one-
thing.
No one's going to take that off.
This
It
is
what it
something
is.
that Steve says
Right, oh.
that I know. This is like my favorite saying of his. Once a pickle, never a cucumber again.
Huh, yeah.
That's really good.
That
That's
is-
actually
it's the
that's an
truth.
excellent
That is
point.
very
It's
folksy,
the-
but
it's
Can you
the
ask
very
him if we could use
universal-
that?
That was
That's
very
fucking brilliant.
Steve Urick.
Steve,
That's
You know.
fucking brilliant.
yeah,
No, it's-
Steve
no,
Urick,
that's-
Retrofret Vintage Guitars,
Bravo.
a genius.
That's,
Bravo,
but
Steve
that's
Urick.
really brilliant.
No?
I've never heard anyone say that before.
Me neither. It's
And it's fucking
dead
perfect.
on.
It's
Yeah,
real,
it's dead
literally the
That's right there.
Because,
Very relatable.
There's nothing wrong with a pickle. It's just not a cucumber.
Yep. No,
No, it's so
taking
true.
that back.
You can think about that for a month. You can just live inside that thought.
That's all I think about.
It's literally all I'm gonna do for the next month.
Gotta
Canceling my plans.
piece
Thinking about the
devoted
pickled cucumber problem.
But
We did for
just
panels.
to continue on you shouldn't do your own repairs things, right? When I was working with the New York Dolls, right, Thunders bought one of those like a 70 reissue Flying V from Mr. Friedman up at We Buy Guitars, and he comes to me and he goes, "You put the third pickup in your guitar, didn't you?" I went, "Yeah." He goes, "Did you put a third pickup in my Flying V?"
Give me a chisel.
I go, "Yeah." Well, by that time, wait. By that time, I had moved on to using a drill.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There we go. I knew
I
it.
was like,
Knew you
"This
could
chisel
do
shit, I don't like, all you gotta do is hit your knuckle once.
Yeah, I
and
did.
you're like,
We did it with a
you're like this,
screwdriver.
whoa,
Flathead
whoa, whoa,
screwdriver.
whoa, whoa, whoa. No, you just go and you just like, let's go.
This is why Nitebob
Plug
is
it out.
not allowed in our shop.
To do repair
I love
plans.
power tools. I'll destroy a guitar in a minute. You know,
We know.
you got a bandsaw. You know, it's
Yeah.
like that's my favorite.
So this guitar just sounds
It's
incredible.
like,
I think this guitar sounds great. Ronnie.
Have you played this guitar every day for a week? I
I've
feel like
been
it's played
kind
a
of
lot in the
obsessed
shop,
with.
right?
I was deciding what to bring with me for fun show and tell,
this is
and I was playing
it's
this
fun.
guitar. The guitar was in my hand, and I was like, I have to bring this one. It
has a great
It
note.
obviously has a story that we'll never know.
You should get this.
I want to know who Ronnie is.
We all want to know who Ronnie
Where'd
is.
it come from? Where'd the guitar come from?
It came from a magical land
Oh, that's too bad.
Where nymphs and gnomes live.
Yeah.
called.
He came from Santa Claus.
It came from
North
another reputable source of instruments.
But no one knows the lineage of
I
it?
can't. We don't know who Ronnie is.
No.
I don't know who Ronnie. It
So
can,
you
we
got-
got.
that
We
could
got
be
it.
Ronnie
I think we
Wood
got
or
this in like a
Ronnie
horse
Lane.
trade actually.
Or Ronnie
Like a horse trade
Millsap.
Have you guys called Martin?
Or Ronnie McDonald.
What's
It
that?
could be any.
Yeah, have you called Martin?
I haven't.
Because they have records.
Maybe I
like that.
should.
Someone I know did that with Martin recently.
Does this look like a Martin customization though? It doesn't
No,
look like Martin.
but they
to
may
me.
know something about the guitar.
Yeah.
Someone there may know.
Sure,
He
but
could have been an employee.
they might be able to tell me what year it was made, but I could figure that
They
out.
might even know something about it. There's a chance they did it.
They go,
Or an employee there
Have you
did.
ever seen
No.
an employee or any sort of Martin
know,
with that type of
But employees
inlay,
were
though?
employees
And
were like
also,
told to make guitars.
do
look
we think
at
this
the
is the
quality
original
of the
fretboard?
inlay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Look
Well,
at the
it certainly
quality.
didn't have frets in it when they did that.
That would have had dots.
It would have
Yeah,
something.
I don't know. I think
But employees were supposed to make guitars at Martin. They're
sure,
supposed to make
and
right
you
here.
do find those guitars.
Right, those employee Martins. So it could be that a guy named Ronnie
This is
and his friend
I
had
have a
really good
theory.
inlay skills.
I have this theory about this
Possible
guitar.
because it never had dots.
A completely
Ronnie
unprovable
Montrose.
theory.
What's that?
My theory is this guitar was made 1956, bought by somebody, maybe Ronnie, who played the ever loving out of it, and it had a bunch of wear.
You could say curses.
Just trying to
Yeah.
protect
It's just
your
the
ears.
internet.
I'm testing
You're-
I just couldn't
You're a
decide which one to
professional man.
use.
She played
Listen,
me out of it.
that's what happened. Yes,
Probably.
sir.
But you
Indeed,
can see
sir.
somewhere there, so it's probably more under
and
here.
there, I think that there was wear, pick wear here, and
Yes, if you pick a certain
right.
way, that I've had guitars.
And
where
so
that
Ronnie got the guitar.
I think
in
you
his
need to
hands.
install this
Okay.
on that guitar.
I don't know, but let's find out.
Speaking of Martin,
Whoa.
that is a complete harness for a Martin semi-acoustic.
Oh, that thing, the M
Yeah.
something.
But that's from DeArmond.
Yeah.
Look at the
shit.
pots.
Whoa.
Yeah, here, let me see if the camera can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
can you
look
get
at
in?
this.
Whoa.
Look at the double ganged pots.
That's
Yeah,
that's a
very
stacked.
These
Turn
are
down
stacked
both
already.
volume controls at the same time.
Whoa.
Wow. All right. I've never seen the guts of one of those.
Yeah, nor
It
have
looks
I.
like one of the Alnico pickups from the 50s.
It does,
From
yeah.
that angle.
Yeah,
That's
but they
DeArmond, though. Rowe-
but they
Rowe
look at the
Industries.
look at the
From
top
Ohio.
of the pickup. They changed the bezel to make it so it didn't look like
Like what it is, right?
Yeah.
like it didn't look like a DeArmond.
Right, just
Gretsch.
a
Well, that's
straight
like
up
on that.
Dynasonic.
what's
We
that-
want it to look
what's that
different than
thing?
Gretsch.
We had a few of them. The Martin Electric.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
M65
What
or
was that
75. There were
model
two
called?
of them.
I don't remember.
There was two
but-
models. It was
Yes.
an M65.
No, the M65 is a little guild.
I think that thing was an M
Was it-
something too.
I think it was. I think it wasn't.
They're cool looking. I mean, they're
I
weird
saw a
as
bunch
hell.
of those.
They're
This one looks like a
They're
335.
It was
There's two.
not. It was not a super popular guitar.
No.
It was
Now
like their
they've become
10th.
really popular now.
Right, because someone probably used it in a
Yeah,
video
you
or
see
a
those-
record. Right.
Because
Well,
of like,
because
like
anything
no,
that's
it's
like,
like
cheap,
let's
fun,
talk.
weird.
I don't want to get too far off where that's for you. by
Oh,
the way.
thank you.
And then, but like let's talk about the popularity of the Italian guitars.
We hit
Oh,
that
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Wandre stuff, right?
We just had
to be able to
Wandre.
buy- I used to buy those
Italian.
guitars
Bring that
for
Wandre.
$60.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
right?
Bring the
And now
there's
I'm
a
looking.
Wandre
I'm
here.
looking at.
Wandres are not common. You know, like
No,
there's,
well,
there's
they're
one
more
right over
common
there.
than you think. Especially in the Northeast. A lot of them are still sitting in the back. Like that.
But Danny was
That's a
in one.
normal
We had a Wandre
looking
Oh,
upright
right.
case.
Yeah.
This one's normal. That's
This
got
one
like
looks brand new.
That's got a wooden neck.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
No,
those?
it's
Doubly, yeah, we
plastic.
had a doubly.
No, that's not wood.
We've had a
No,
few
this
of
is
the white
plastic.
ones.
But look at the
Shop.
bridge.
And we
Well,
had
plastic.
one that had
But look at the bridge
two
on this.
pickups.
Yeah.
It's all
We've had one with
hollow.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
We've had one with two.
Look at the bridge.
Yeah, Southside.
Yeah.
You ever
Oh,
see a
I
bridge
know.
like that? It's
I know.
incredible.
That's
pretty
It's
weird.
underneath.
It's under.
And I've
And
seen.
this is the what is it? Mute.
Yeah.
Guitars with mutes. We never understood. What's someone we love?
You do this.
Someone misses something. You have a lovely daughter. Start the mute.
I don't know.
That one song by like the Hollies or something.
Somebody can
Started
make
the mute
Oh,
thing.
is that
No,
where
it was
came
Hermits
from?
Hermits. Yeah, and they said that's where all these mutes came from.
No, they existed before.
They go
that.
back before that, but they popularized. it.
Well, you know, look at all the.
I could be wrong, that could be
jazz
guitar
masters
folk
had
walker.
mutes.
Right.
Jazz
Yeah.
masters
We'll have to
had
verify.
Right.
and they had
But they used it.
what for surf music? They
No,
did.
for I think I think it was the Hermits Hermits used it in some song, and everybody wants
Ghost
guitars with
Riders
mutes.
in the Sky has a muted guitar.
Which one?
Yeah.
Ghost Riders
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Sky.
Let's not bang them into
It's like anybody would do anything for a new sound. Look at the
It's like a
headstock.
Burns Bison.
It's incredible.
The
It
head,
has that vibe.
you know what it has? What vibe
Sure.
it has? It's
Look at
like
It has that like.
That was
it's-
made
That,
in
that's
the
how
old-
it's
I know, it's crazy.
Yes, absolutely.
Look at the pickup.
This is
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Doris, right?
Oh yeah.
Made in a
Accordion
Doris and
factory
Ronnie
for
could have
sure,
gone out
for
back
sure.
then.
And there's
my
aluminum that's
tryout,
running
yeah.
from
That's my-
That's it?
Draft, yeah.
Let's hear it.
to the bridge.
It's a good one. Everyone has a tryout riff. You definitely have one.
No, I don't.
You don't have the testing.
You do
riff,
this
the
one
review.
thing when you. I've seen it.
every guitar
I keep it really
Yeah.
simple. I like to.
I've seen you trying up guitars.
Because I just want to get up the neck in a reasonable way and kind of cover a lot of ground
That
at
makes
once. Yeah, because I want to hear
See, I always do
what the
this
guitar
thing.
is.
I want to hear what that sounds like. I
There you
hear
go.
stuff rings.
So he plays in a band. He plays more than the three of us put together.
Shira plays a lot from what I got.
Hey, this is Daniel. Sorry to interrupt. We had some issues with our main camera, so we had to switch over to our secondary camera. It's a little more handheld and raw, but our feed comes back on in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. And let us know what you think. Maybe it's cooler. Andrew Follett, what do you think? Thanks, guys.
Shira plays a lot from what I got.
Yeah,
We're learning a
every
lot.
time I call her, we go in the
I think
band
she's a
practice.
compulsive
I try.
player, but yeah,
I am
I
a
do a lot of
compulsive
playing. But
I don't play in an organized fashion a lot, but I play a lot.
it's like like Dickie Betts would do like this. I don't like this guitar.
Burn it.
That's like
I'll
Bob
buy it
Dylan.
just to burn it.
But Walter had a thing too. Like he would do this certain thing. I saw him trying up guitars, where he would do the same thing every
I
time he
mean, the
picked up the
7
guitar.
deadly riffs. We're like, here we go.
Yeah, go.
And then like
Here we
Danny
go.
Chelsea had the riff, we called it. And someone
Yeah.
there learned how to play his riff and would fuck his head up.
Well, but the riff kind of depends on the guitar, right? I'll do that on an electric guitar, but if you give me this guitar, this is what I start to do.
Boy, this thing is wacky.
An electric.
Yeah.
I play that song all the time.
Yeah, this is like my this fine art shop,
Yeah.
I do.
Stutter? I don't know. I don't know.
like that.
They switch it. They won't.
If you're really lucky, I start to sing, but we're not that lucky today.
It's like both or treble, and then here it's like.
It sounds good on this one.
Yeah.
That's the,
Actually, it should sound better on that one. That's actually the period.
This guitar has a turn signal
Oh, you're doing
indicator,
Nobody Knows Blues.
and so you can
I was doing Hesitation Blues.
It's close.
you can let
I did the
people know
same
you're
song.
changing lanes.
Brazil and Rosewood really loud.
When they're right. When they're like, this one's got it. It was that low string. What they called these portable pianos back then.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Like you do that,
Yes, I've never
they'll
heard
still
that,
be
but
going.
sure, why not?
Portable pianos, that's what they call
Sounds
them.
right.
Go out for
I'm older than you
Vitae.
are. But they call D28 portable pianos.
Because piano is.
Because if you hit that note, it'll still be doing this 2 minutes from now.
Let's time it.
Well, I don't know.
It's still
2
going.
minutes.
Silence.
Just imagine if it had an amp.
There you go.
It's still going.
Let's look at.
Definitely still
It's in there.
Horrible, I don't care.
Just tap a little bit.
Can you hear
Imagine if it
me?
was purple.
Ronnie, are you in there?
Better
Dude.
watch out,
Ronnie.
there's something in the spirit.
Where are you?
But that goes on
Talk
for a
to
really
us
long
from
time.
beyond.
I don't know if it's 2 minutes. I may have made that up. But regular guitars don't do that.
You may have made that.
I may have made that
You
2
may have
minutes.
made that up. It's
But it-
possible.
But it's still doing it. You can
Still
feel
going.
it. And a piano does that. Like those good pianos, you hit that note and you go away and it's still doing
I'd
it.
say take a licking, keeps on ticking, but don't hit that guitar.
Portable piano.
Don't you do
Sounds
it.
about right. Yeah. It's the Ronnie.
But this one has that thing. Like it
The
just,
Ronnie.
just sounds like a record.
Yeah. I'm gonna go record that guitar after I leave here.
It just
So,
has that thing.
yeah.
But this has everything. This is everything
I'm
one
gonna go
of
make
these
every
guitars
demo ever on that guitar.
But this
when
has
we
like
get
that V-neck. You don't feel that often on these Gibsons. Like, I mean, Martin.
Martin.
That's what, oh, now I went to Martin. That's why.
Martin
No,
has
this
a
is
lot
like
of-
more of
lot
a
of
V-neck.
What is that? A D
Ever
what?
have that
Like a
dream
really
where all of a
sharp one.
sudden you're calling it a
D25,
Gibson?
D28?
Like it just happened.
It'd be really nice if that truss
That's
rod.
mine. Yeah. They should have thought about that.
Oh man.
Put a metal bar in our neck? No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, no way.
Are you looking at guitars right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm checking
Every
my
time
mail.
I'm so serious that every time I'm at some sort of public or private, anytime I'm with Nitebob, at some point I'll look over.
And I'll be looking at my phone.
He'll be looking at his phone, and he's not texting people. I know what he's doing.
Looking at
He's
guitars.
looking at guitars, and he'll be sitting in the middle of my shop, which is
Surrounded by
full
guitars.
of
Surrounded by
guitars.
acoustic guitars, which bore the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It's just
We
like,
have
I'm
a
like,
room full of electrics.
you guys
but
have a
he's
telly,
still-
right?
ask me how many
he's
acoustic
looking-
guitars I own.
He's
right,
looking
none,
at guitars.
None.
That's real.
None.
Now I think about it. I've never had
You're so proud about that.
I'm totally proud of
That's
that.
true. I never thought
Firewood.
about that.
That's what I'm saying.
Never thought that
Dang.
was. I've never had a conversation with you about acoustic guitar ever.
Don't have them. Don't want to play them.
Wow.
Right? Don't want to touch them.
Oh, that's a
Not
new
care
thing.
who
Did you
runs
guys know this?
He
I'm sure half the people who watch us know you.
I defy anybody to find a picture of me holding an acoustic guitar.
Wow. What's the reward?
You're gonna
for
have
that?
to edit
Not a
any
lot.
footage of him with that guitar out.
I'm sure. I know that I've held them before.
Right. He must have held
When
somebody.
when I was working at Matt Humanoff's, Bob Dylan came in. He said, "I want to try that like $14 million Martin."
And you were like,
right? I went
"Fuck
to hand
that."
it to him, and he goes, "No, you play it."
Oh no.
So I'm like thinking to myself, I go, maybe I should play Mr. Tambourine Man. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah.
So
That's a good song.
I just strummed chords.
And he was like, I'll take it.
You know? And he was
That's all you
like,
need to do.
that's nice. I go, you want to play it? No, you keep playing.
Yep.
Yeah. So then I was like, not really an acoustic guitar player, you know. Where am I gonna go? So I started playing things I hoped he didn't recognize. I did it with Walter Becker too. I would always use the beginning to Tattoo by The Who from the second Who
Oh,
record.
that's cool.
It's nice. It's a picky kind of
Yeah.
thing, you know, and it has some unusual chord inversions.
Yeah.
And people go, wow, that's really cool. Becker immediately goes like, yeah, Tattoo, second Who record. I saw him play this live at the Fillmore East, and I was like, what?
Whoa.
Yeah, true.
Can't impress him.
I love that song.
Never owned one. Never owned a Martin guitar.
You never owned an acoustic guitar?
Never owned a Martin guitar.
Never will.
But you've owned
Never.
acoustic guitars or just no Mark?
When I was buying acoustic guitars, I was buying Guilds.
I love Guilds.
I love
Because
Guilds.
they were,
I use Guilds on gigs.
Why?
Guild Club.
Because if it was, if there was a problem,
Guilds.
I could go to Hoboken and go to the factory.
But there's never a problem.
There's never.
Oh,
pulverize
come on.
that.
Hold on.
That's
Hold the phone.
Here we go. Here we
I'm
go.
so sorry. There's
Yeah.
never a problem with
Where was
guilds.
it made?
right.
Right, but
Jersey.
every guild needs a complicated neck set at some point. So that seems
Oh, I
like
don't know.
a
Hey, if
bit
you're
of a
talking about
problem.
neck recess, I think you better start looking over at those guys.
Yeah, but at least the
Every
heel on
acoustic
the
will
Martin
need
is
a
like this. The
neck
heel on the guild is like this wide.
I don't
It's a
know
lot of-
about
it's
that.
not a wood to
If they're
wood
made- If they were
contact.
made in Hoboken,
Which is that's why they sound good.
Yes, of course it is, but it's a
But if it's
there's
a
a
shitty
complicated
one,
neck
there's a
reset
shitty one.
coming for every single guild. If it hasn't had it already, it
I have a
will.
lot of
What
I
kind
don't
of joint
think
is
so.
it?
I've never heard of anybody resetting a
tricky
neck.
Yeah.
dovetails.
My
Guild.
guild is
Is
on
there a guild here?
the fence.
No.
It's gonna need
No,
one.
you know who needs
Look at
the most
the
neck
heel the next
resets
time.
ever?
Just the heel alone.
Rickenbacker.
The amount of space,
Electrics?
like this little teeny tiny
But,
piece
but
pops
they're
right
next
off,
to
right?
it.
The guild is
Not
like
all
that
of them.
big.
Now all of them.
Like all those semi-hollow
It's like
360s,
from the neck,
yeah.
it
they all
does
get
not slip, it just
Rickenbackeritis,
goes
where the neck
out.
slowly lifts
Yeah.
up, until
So-
you can't put the bridge down any lower.
Hello.
And then,
Yeah.
like, the only way to fix that
So,
is you have
yeah.
to take the back off
so I just have
and
to.
reset the neck, and then
And I
put the
love
back
guilds.
back on. It's an there's only like 3 guys in America who can do it.
Yeah, I think I've ever even seen that.
Because most people, when they see Rickenbackeritis approaching,
Just don't bother
they
with
sell
Oh
it.
yeah.
I'm going to
yeah.
sell you my '67 Rickenbacker for,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
for a mere $5,000. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't see,
Just wait till 2
you don't
years
see
from
top
now.
cracks on guilds that much because the tops are a little thicker anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everything was thicker.
I mean that material.
The back
Yeah,
and
it's
side.
pretty
They
amazing.
were built. They're heavy.
That's
Mark-
why they're heavy.
You know.
Und it has a German carve, yeah.
What German
Deutsch.
car?
Like the
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 unbraced
the
arched
little,
back. Yeah.
that
Oh, the
little
Rickenbacker.
archly top.
Yeah, yeah.
On a guild.
On a
Archly
Guild?
top part. No, not on a guild. On
No,
a
on a
Rickenbacker.
Rickenbacker.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rickenbacker.
Oh, they're German.
That's, well, the
Deutsch.
50s guitars had a German car, but
Right.
not. The only other one was that 381 in like 1970 when it was like,
Oh,
let's see how much maple we can ruin to make this guitar. The fucking guitar is this fucking thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weighs
It is
like
thick.
14 pounds.
But they
Yeah.
make the light
Great,
show
but
guitar.
looks really great on
Gives
the
you a
wall.
lot of
You know, it's like
meat on those
you
bones.
better get it in like bird's eye or flamey maple, you know, because like that's a lot of.
But they made
maple
that light show
dying.
thing, which is the coolest guitar.
The what thing?
The nice
Rickenbacker
show.
light show.
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah,
you
look at
ever
this.
play
That one is whack.
Yeah.
No.
We had a
It's
few of them.
really
sound
hot.
They're the coolest
No,
thing
it
ever.
gets hot.
It gets hot.
It's crazy
You can
hot.
only play it.
That's why you gotta replace it with an LED now.
Well,
Yeah,
That's
right.
true.
You
Yeah.
can only play it on
You
one
have Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuckers get hot.
Yeah.
You're pointing like you're going
Never
like
even thought
everybody's like,
about
oh,
Let's
look at
make
the
one.
guitar.
That's
You're
Toby
going,
make one.
like,
You guys
oh,
should have lights.
yeah.
God damn it!
I have to time. We have one, and
That's a
I
good
have to
idea.
like time
Like
people. They
each
can
of
only
us.
if they
Yeah,
want
don't
to
tell
play
them
it.
that,
You can
though.
only play it for like
Don't tell
10
the
minutes. I do
internet
not want to
people.
melt the
Hey,
guitar.
no.
Yeah.
We'll edit that out and put it back in later.
The top won't
That's a
melt.
good
It
idea.
won't melt.
But we
I
gotta
do not
start
wanna melt the
today.
customer.
Your arm will burn before you get
I do not want to melt the
Cook.
We have to move
customer.
in?
Fry an egg on
the
the top.
bridge gets hot too. You know, like,
Right.
hey, what's going on? Hey.
Should we tell them our idea?
What's our idea?
They're gonna make a light show.
You're gonna make a light
should.
show?
Wow.
With a LED?
No one's ever
I've
updated
always
that.
No, yeah,
thought
you
about
are.
it for like
Listen, let me
this
tell
30
you.
years.
Wait a minute.
I love this.
Wait.
I love that idea.
Let's do
I didn't even know that you
Put it
wanted to
on
make a light
LED.
show.
We just came up with it.
I love this idea.
I gotta put
start
it
today.
on
It's a little
Yeah.
kid.
right now.
Here comes the
I love-
kibosh.
I
Get
can
ready.
put
love-
those lights in my house.
Yeah.
Make a
Done.
light show guitar.
It's been done.
It's
They
been
did.
done.
Fraley's got the best light show guitars.
Yeah, but
ever.
he's really.
Who does?
Yeah, Fraley.
Oh,
His fucking,
what?
he's
Really?
got, they have
There you go, folks.
LEDs
Packed
to
in.
do
Go home.
Oh, it'll like do a wave.
oh my God,
face panels, right?
What?
And you can adjust the speed.
But he's not
you know,
selling
it goes
it.
like this, goes that way, goes.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah, back in your groove. Yeah.
Listen,
Wow.
you're gonna carve up a guitar and put lights in it.
Yeah.
You better make it, you know, because really, as soon as they see the guitar and they go, okay, the guitar blinks. And, right, and you go,
Smoke
hey,
out of it.
I can make it go fast and change direction.
Oh, it's really cool.
And you go, oh, okay.
All right.
You know, it's
It will
fine.
follow your hands or something.
Yeah.
In
Yeah, but
England,
it's like-
someone was
How
telling
many
my
rockets
friend,
does it shoot out of the
you could
headstock?
put
Oh, we
these
don't do that
LEDs.
Oh, it'll go with your
It'll
hand?
follow your
They have
hands.
really good smoke.
Is that a good idea or a bad
I
idea?
bet.
Oh, he
I
didn't
heard
really
about a
care.
banjo
Make it vertical.
that lit up like a vaudeville banjo that would light up
That
when
makes
he
sense.
who did gee
Roy
Peter, where are you? You know the answer
Now we're
to this.
talking about ruining guitars and making them into.
It had
Yeah.
Full
it
circle
had
here
like
with the conversation.
a lever kind of on the bottom
I
and you'd
admit, I'm
hit
just
your
doing
knee and it would
pushing
like light up behind
That's a cool
the
idea. A lot of people were
skinhead.
doing such interesting stuff back then.
It kind of sounds like a terrible idea though, because if you put a light behind a skin head, it's gonna
Go on
heat
fire.
the head up, and the head
Will
like
start to
will
change,
start to
yeah.
change.
Sure, it'll deform it
Exactly.
over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless if
It
it's
won't take very
LEDs.
much time.
One
Putting like a
LED,
direct heat
source
you
behind
could
the
run,
skinhead.
what do you
Yeah,
call
okay.
it? The light
And the
fiber.
time it takes to have
Into
made
the
dinner,
dots.
your
Right.
head is
You
already
deform
Right now you can do
or
it.
cracked
you put
Right.
the
or whatever.
batteries-
Yeah.
Right, you can get them into the fretboard.
Yeah.
Right. I think we're onto something.
Bob's got
So
something
Ace
there.
Frehley has one, but other people could have one now.
Yeah, right, yeah.
What a
You can
light
buy
show.
'em.
Or a guitar.
All light shows.
Look.
Only light
Look.
shows. Oh, there you go.
Who's that guy?
That's
We're
what I
watching a
remember.
light up
Yeah,
guitar
yeah.
right
We're
now.
watching.
In case
That's
you're
too
wondering.
digital.
Fuck that.
Friendly.
Yeah, that was
Digital,
bullshit.
man.
Yeah, works
That's not
better.
gonna
Yeah, you're
He's
It's
gonna
better than
watch
having
this and be
Christmas
like,
like look.
That is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna
All
lie.
right,
Okay,
that,
well,
that guy rules.
I have to
That's
say-
Las Vegas.
that okay,
Super
first of
big,
all,
yeah.
I love this guy. He's like
I know, it's actually pretty
wearing
hot,
his
yeah.
khakis.
Maybe I said that because I'm jealous.
He's the electronics guy.
Right, he does that for a living, right?
You should meet ant builders.
Right.
He's like hanging
I'm
out
a
in his
certified
formal
accountant
dining
from
room,
Nebraska.
just like
Like a tie doing that.
he's just like this is what he does
Wearing
on
a
the
button-down
weekends.
shirt,
Look.
and he's like, check out my guitar.
Yeah.
Fucking shit goes wild, man. It's like,
Actually, it's pretty awesome.
Mid-tier
pretty cool.
management at a box factory.
He's gonna sue us for like not using.
You're
Fucker,
dude. We
we want
respect
them,
your
we want-
hustle. Just I would like to say I respect that hustle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Who
why
else
not?
has the confidence to wear khakis?
But that's
Like,
I have an Ace Frehley
have you
guitar.
been to Retrofret recently? I went to a Christmas party and there was quite a
There's a
packing
khaki-
contingent there. All right.
Khaki contingent. That's a good name
That's
for a
pretty
band
good.
right
Yeah,
there.
that is definitely.
I will say the
Touche.
food was spectacular,
I heard you said
as
that.
was the music.
Oh, thank you.
The music was really great, but you know,
But too much khaki.
Bill Kirchen.
I
Bill
still
Kirchen was
khaki
not
all the
wearing
time
khaki.
in the 80s.
Bill Kirchen's awesome.
He was awesome, and then afterwards, after he and I forget who the violinist was, who was also
Andy Stein.
Andy Stein,
Yeah.
who was
Killer, yeah.
magnificent.
Killer.
I work with a lot of violin players, you know, and it's like usually they believe in safety in numbers, you know, because then you have to figure out which one's playing sharp, right? But he was perfectly.
fantastic.
See, I never knew violin players preferred safety in numbers.
Oh yeah, because
So you learn a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can
it
learn a lot of
makes a
stuff on this
chorusy
podcast.
sound when I play sharp. I go, you are leaving. You're gone. No check
Only
for you.
intentional
Wow,
chorus.
you were invited to leave.
The high
sir.
point was
You,
is that
sir,
talking to Bill Kirchin later on after the show, he told me how he went to high school with the Stooges.
Oh, right, you told me that, right? That's wild.
I didn't know that about Bill.
Imagine that conversation.
That's what I was like. This. I live for conversations like this. Right? And he goes, in fact, I went to their first ever show, and I went like, 100 people have told me that they went to that first show.
And there were
And I
6
go,
people there.
You're the only person that I would believe.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, the show with the vacuum cleaner. And I'm like, you win.
You
You
win.
win.
For some
You tell the
reason-
vacuum
some
cleaner
reason.
story?
Well, they were using a vacuum cleaner as a musical instrument. Right?
That's the
By
story.
sticking a mic down the hose while it's on it, bringing the mic up and down the hose.
It's like when Frank
Making all
Zappa played a
kinda-
bicycle.
Dude, they
Yeah.
used a blender. There's, kitchen implements as
Jack
as
Benny
musical
freaking out.
instruments.
Greatest clip ever.
Wow.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
pretty ridiculous.
There you go.
What's the
Wearing a
Jack Benny?
suit.
Oh, we were talking-
Zappa wearing
when
a suit,
Zappy-
playing a
He
bicycle.
played a
Oh,
bicycle.
right. I remember something.
Yeah, every part of it is weird. Like seeing Zappa in a suit, like that's enough.
Right.
Like he could have
Like,
just.
who
We were
needs
just listening to Frank Zappa before you got
Who
here.
needs guitars? Let's just start playing random objects.
Right.
So I said,
I'm just gonna start a store
I say
that
bring
sells
back the musical
anything but
sauce.
guitars.
Right.
bring back the musical
We sell
sauce.
anything except
Old vacuum
guitars.
cleaners, spike
Spoon,
spokes.
That thing is
Whatever.
ridiculous, but I would be a liar if I said I didn't like it.
It's amazing. A word that I've trademarked.
I like
Wow,
the
that's really good.
Amazing.
Boy,
It's
that captures
so
that
it's
sense
both
perfectly.
insane
Oh,
and amazing
yeah,
at the same time.
it's stupid
Let me
and
do this for a
awesome.
moment.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you guys the guitar James is building.
Amazing. I'm definitely using that. I don't know if I have to pay a royalty somewhere.
Nah, you can have it.
For what?
Amazing.
That's
It's a-
it's so
it's a-
perfectly
it's
Check
like
this
one.
out.
idea. Oh, that came out great.
So
Oh, wait,
Cobra's
no, it's
what
not done
James
yet.
Carbonetti is building this. This was our guitar we came up with together. It's called a Golden
Hey,
Road guitar. It's
Carbonetti.
been on every podcast. It was originally a block of wood,
Yep.
and then it became something that looked like a guitar.
Yeah.
Now it's almost like a guitar. It doesn't have pickups. Well, it has pickups,
Yeah.
but they don't work.
Yeah.
Right.
And it has a finish that needs to be
it has
buffed
covers.
out.
How Cobra is
Someday
that?
it'll be a real guitar.
Look at the stingers.
Wow, look
stingers.
at that. I love that.
We saw Stromberg, and we stole it from
Multi-stinger
Stromberg had side stinger.
It's like a British
Ooh.
So we're like, I sent the
almost
picture. We
like-
were in Lark Street Music, and I saw the side stingers. I sent it to Cobra. He's like, "Oh my God,
Side
we're putting
stingers.
side stingers on everything from now on."
I love it.
Because he was doing these kind of stingers, but I
Yeah,
was
sure.
side stingers.
So good.
Yes.
I would have never thought of that.
Wow.
Now it looks kind of like almost like
It's
a
like taking
superhero.
it to the max right there.
It-
Yeah.
That's a lot
But
of
what
stingers.
fret did he
The
put
Black
the
Widow.
side stinger?
That's a good
Looks like
question.
the
Looks like the sixth.
Yeah.
Sixth
The
fret.
sixth.
How Cobra is
I'm
that?
gonna bust the solo on the sixth fret. I'm cool. I got a
I
side
played
stinger.
in B flat, baby.
B flat.
Yeah, we gotta ask him why the sixth
Don't
fret.
mess
B flat, so the horn player.
Yes, thank you. I was gonna say don't mess with a B flat. I played the saxophone.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be my B
I
flat
love B
guitar.
flat.
I'd be like,
First came out
this one's a
great.
B flat, right? Awesome.
Yeah,
That's the most
The burst in the,
woman-looking
dish
guitar
carve.
I've ever-
It looks like a
Right.
woman.
Yeah, very
It kind of
woman-
does. It's very.
Like a very flat wooden woman.
No, tight waist. Very like 4-inch tight waist. Big
Like a woman.
Well, it's supposed to
in
be like
restrictive underwear.
part Zemitis, part Paul Bigsby, part
Yes,
D'Angelico.
yeah, there you go.
And there's a fourth. What was his fourth?
There's a bunch of dead guys who were looking down, going,
Going,
"Don't put my
Don't,
name
yeah.
Oh no, you don't."
Yeah. No, what are his 4 favorite builders? It's Zemitis, Bigsby, John D'Angelico, and someone
John
else.
D'Angelico.
John would be going, "No, no, no, no."
Yeah, no.
John,
No.
I don't know.
But you can see the D'Angelico in
He's
it,
like
certainly
got a lot
in these
of
things.
influences though. He's
Yeah.
got a lot of different
All,
people.
that's all D'Angelico. But the carve of his top is
He's-
starting to look like. Well, that's
Yeah,
my
he's
D'Angelico.
around
The dish
enough
is
guitars.
nice.
He based this
to-
sunburst on that
Strap
sunburst.
button.
On the back of this guitar.
Yeah.
Button.
Nice
Full
That's great.
profile.
Yeah, I love the strap
love
button.
that.
It's like Eddie Van Halen.
This is taking the D'Angelico hook to like a
Right.
whole other level.
But look at the back of this
That's-
So you can
D'Angelico.
hook it onto a
Turn this
wire,
one over.
fly it
Right.
out
Well,
over
'cause,
the
yeah,
other.
This is
Yeah.
supposed to be that sunburst, just with a little more red.
Did he paint that?
He just painted it the other day.
With spray can?
No.
No,
No.
good for him. No, that's
He graduated
That
from the
looks
spray
good.
can.
Nice
looking burst.
It's a really nice
Good
sunburst.
job.
He based it on the back of this. He's just like, I'm going to make it a little more yellow in the front and a little more red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But it's really nice, right?
Good work,
'Cause
Ken.
these were supposed to be gold, because they're called Golden Road guitars. They're supposed to. I have a '54 gold top that we all love. So we were like, well, let's make a Carbonetti guitar based on my gold top. It doesn't have to look like it. It just has to have the same kind of feel. So I said, just go build that guitar now. And then in conversations it turned, and this one was so flamey. We're like, you can't. It's a Intonator Roll Wraparound.
Who made it? Schroeder?
Don't know.
It might be
I don't think it's
Faber.
Jason Schroeder's. Do you know who?
What kind of skinny
Do you know what he
it is?
It is thin.
And it sounds amazing. It has no pickups, but you can hear it acoustically. It's loud.
I think it's aluminum.
Yeah, aluminum's good.
The wood came from Greenwood Cemetery right up here.
Yeah,
That's
super neat,
creepy.
isn't
Not
that?
creepy.
We have a whole nother one too.
I know, it's creepy, right?
He has another one that's
Guitar now.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
that's
dead.
great.
We might have
It's like
dead New
human
Yorker.
juice in there.
Get your
Look how loud that is.
Yeah, right. We should get over
That
here.
died 20 years ago today.
Maybe Ronnie is in this guitar.
Ronnie, are you in there?
Are you in there? It's not your guitar, yeah. But that's a loud guitar for a guitar that's never really been
Yeah.
played.
Is it chambered at all? Is the
No.
body chambered?
It's all
Alright.
solid.
Well, that's a solid body guitar. And you're telling me about...
Well, and look how nice the back is. And it hasn't been buffed out
Wood
yet.
filler in there?
No, he doesn't believe with filler. He's that
He
guy.
sands it real smooth.
You're seeing all the secret inside shit. But
I would.
I like that.
I do. For guard points.
Yeah.
So it looks like the old vintage guitar.
That's why, because that's where the worms go to live.
But we have
You
another
don't
one back
fill
there.
the pores.
It's not quite, but they were supposed to be gold tops. But this one was too flamey to paint gold.
You know,
So
they fill up with
pretty.
bacteria
Sunburst.
And like, what an
that,
excellent
right?
match
That's
that
why they
is.
fill the pores.
Well, on the first podcast we showed it, and it wasn't a block of
Fill
wood.
up with.
And they had split down the
if you
middle,
don't
and it turns
fill
into
them,
that.
They,
So it's kind of cool.
they
So you could make a video of
catch
this
air and
starting out as a big block of
moisture.
wood,
And then when you spray
turning into a
lacquer on
guitar.
top eventually...
And this wood was
Oh my
came
God.
from.
moisture
Put that
and
on
bacteria is
YouTube.
going to go,
Don't
oh,
eat
you
that
gotta
up.
wait through this
Totally.
That's like
plastic thing.
ASMR for your eyes,
Or
just
we'll
watching that
our
turn into
way
a
through the
guitar.
body
I know what that is
Can we find an
actually. Someone just showed me that. ASMR,
it's like-
whatever that is.
Yeah.
Someone just showed me what that is
But
recently.
people like it
It's
porsy.
soothing.
These
I mean, I don't really get. It
No.
doesn't
Like
really
a
do
lot
it
of
for me.
As an adult,
Yeah.
like that, it just seems kind of odd, but
I agree with
Someone
this.
watching
weird that you just said that.
Like,
So someone just turned me up with that
I
is
like
because their kid
open
watches it.
Yeah, that means you
New
can
way
skip,
to
you know,
get-
skip a stop.
But it's like guitar
It takes
porn
like
or whatever it's
3
called.
days,
Guitar.
For you to load it up, you wait for it to dry,
But
you
guitar
scrape the
appreciation.
stuff
Totally.
off,
That's
and do
what
it again.
these are all about. Because mostly I deal with guitar builders, so you get a lot of this kind of stuff. Like Josh just brought up some guitars you just did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you want me to grab those?
Yes.
Yeah, let's.
All right.
Let's do this
Yeah, let's
thing.
get
We're
this.
playing with
Let's do
guitars.
All right.
Okay,
You want to put his
One-
Ronnie away?
Anyway, I got your coffee.
Let me move my cloth. We're having fun with guitars here today.
That's what I say.
I think that's what we were supposed to be.
What's the point otherwise?
Yeah, exactly. Guitars are supposed to be fun.
Are you pausing that?
No, we never pause.
You never pause.
Well, unless something goes drastic.
Now we're
wrong.
talking my language here. We have solid body guitars made out of the right wood.
Oh, well, that's that guitar you wanted to see, so there it is.
Yeah.
This is yours.
Let me take that and help you with that.
You got coffee? Where'd you get coffee?
There's some in the other
Yeah, I
room.
want coffee.
how do you like it?
Black.
Just black?
Okay.
case
Now
is
we're gonna
This
go.
is
We're
awesome.
gonna.
You got towels and
So,
stuff in there.
yeah, we
Okay.
I just don't want it
It's good
to.
you find like vintage towels.
Oh,
You feel like
Doug.
throwing them
I don't
away.
know. I don't-
This to you,
yeah,
Doug.
it's
Been with the guitar
Doug.
forever.
This is actually like Steve's scarf. It just was too. I
Your
didn't.
scarf.
I didn't like the way it was moving in the
Trying to
case.
give the guy
So.
a gift. Here's gift number 2.
Oh shit. I'm having
That-
a good podcast day. Oh wow. Can we zoom in on that?
There.
These were
That
made for
is
Walter Becker.
made by the custom shop at Seymour Duncan by MJ for Becker, and I will give you the backstory on this. You know,
Let's look.
he would say, "What can you do that's different?"
They're humbucker size Alnico pickups.
Right, slug pickups, like in the neck pickup of a '55 Les Paul custom.
Ugh, I love those.
You can pull them out, and you can show the back. You need to show them. This is like a what should we say, stupid mounts day.
Oh, I know the back looks like that.
Yeah,
Right.
stupid. You know, it's like Rube Goldberg adjustments of magnets, right?
Right. It looks. I've seen this.
Look,
Right.
look at the back, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's sort of like
Or what we like to think of as wonderfully inefficient.
well, no, actually, they're very
good name for a
efficient,
band,
but it's
too.
like if you like working on
amazing.
watches, you'll love working on these, you know,
Wow.
because like once you turn that
Recommended
screw
if
too
you
much
like-
one way and that
Yeah,
spring
wow.
shoots out.
I've seen this because I had to pick up in a Black Beauty go dead, and I had to go deal with it.
God, that is so.
My friend had to
funny.
rewind this thing
And,
for me.
like, no, I don't know how many people out in podcast land know MJ, right, at Seymour
The-
Duncan, but she's a wonderful woman, and she does
People work.
insanely good work. But
Very
that is an
detailed.
awful lot of little. That's like watchmaking,
Totally.
right?
I never knew what these look
It
like.
just looks
the one
so
in my
tedious.
Black Beauty
Well, look at
died.
if you look at the back of those dearments, it's the same way.
Yeah.
That's what the second I
It
saw it,
looks
I was like,
like-
wow, it looks like a Black Beauty
Yeah.
pickup.
Yeah.
What were they?
I love the
Very
sound
cool.
of these pickups.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely
You're
work.
actually going to put that in the guitar?
That
Fuck yeah.
wire is
Yeah, you
so
have to.
neatly looped and such a precise length. You always see the wire just flip flopping around.
No, her
Thank you,
in
Bob.
No,
pickups.
that's you needed to get something that has his DNA all over it, and now
Yeah.
you've got two things that are just like you could scrape his DNA and clone your own Becker off. Think about that.
My wife still
Be like having a talking plant that yelled at you all the
My
time.
wife still talks about waking up in the morning
Hey,
and coming
Doug, wake up!
downstairs and finding Walter in her kitchen. She's like, it's Walter Becker, right?
Hi.
He's making coffee.
Hey, wake
That would,
up!
that would
Where's
still
my amp?
take a really long time because you'd get a baby first, so you would just have an unexplained child.
Yeah, like,
No,
Yeah.
he would just start yelling from the time.
Yeah.
that, you know. it's
Somehow he'd
just
start looking at
Hey,
guitars.
Doug! Hey,
Yeah.
Doug!
like a Groot situation.
Let's call Han up.
Yeah, he would just call me up. He'd be on my. He's like, I'm on your website now. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm looking at this guitar. Is that a good guitar? I'm like, yeah. He's like, can you bring that to the city tomorrow? I'm like, sure. He's like, how about this one? Is that one good? I was, yeah. Can you bring that too? Sure.
Okay.
And what about this guitar? Is that a nice one? Yeah. Bring that too, and some other shit I might like.
Right.
Yeah.
Pedals you
Maybe I'll
got.
buy it.
And then I'd go down there. He'd be like, come down like 2 o'clock. I'd be like, okay. And then I'd get down there, and Bob would be there, and I'd be like, where's Walter? Oh, he's still sleeping.
Yeah. He'll be here around
He'll
8.
be here, yeah, he'll be here in like an hour, and then like, no, he'll be here like 8 o'clock. I'd be like, I gotta
No,
split.
8 days from now.
Yeah, he'd be like, come at like 10 o'clock at night.
He would be there every day. Every day. At one point, I spent more time at SIR than anybody who worked there.
Oh, totally.
I did 31 days straight there. And like he would say, I go, what time are you coming down? He'd go like, I need
2
you to be
o'clock.
there by 2.
It's always 2 o'clock, and I'd get there at 2 o'clock.
Right.
He's still sleeping.
Right, and then I call his wife up and go, where is he? Go, oh, he's asleep, he's up all night. I'm like, oh, here we go. Right? So he'd show up around 7 o'clock, right? And then like, they would try to kick him out, we ought to close at midnight. And then he'd go like, well, how much money does it cost for you to stay open?
Yeah, what do you make?
Right? And like, he would just like, bribe the, the guys to stay later.
Yeah.
And then what he would do is then he would get a car service to send them home wherever they were. They go like, okay, it would be like the sun be coming up and shit when we'd be going like, he goes, where do you guys live? They go, oh, we're out, in Greenpoint. He goes like, how are you getting there? He goes, I'm going to take the subway. He goes, nobody takes the subway this time of day. Bob, get him a car. So it's like, no, I can't have you people doing that, Get them a car, right? We'd send them home. We'd send these guys home. They'd spend most of the time in the lounge asleep, And it's just like, just close everything up. And just like, but you got to stay here to set the alarm when we leave, right? So then the bigwigs up in Midtown, they heard about it, and they said like, we're going to bill him. And I'm like, hey, Walter, they're going to bill you. He goes, go the fuck ahead. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck. So I get these bills, and I go into the accountant, and the accountant would call up and say like,
What the fuck?
you guys are there all day and all night? I went, yep. She goes, these are all legit? I'd look at them and go, yep. She'd go, okay. All right.
But he
We
was
should ask them to give you a break. I go, they are giving us a break. They could be charging us $100 an hour, but they don't. They're just charging us $30 an hour,
Oh, that's nothing.
And we pay their guys and send them home, She goes, it's all part of the process,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I mean, how did he get so many guitars? A lot of days like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times did he had me come all the way to the city once? He's like, I'm going to buy all these guitars except this one. I'm not going to take this one. I was like, all right, cool. I'll come get it tomorrow. I drive all the way to the city. We sit down.
I changed my mind.
He goes, I'm going to give you this guitar back. He goes, let me just play it. He's like, why am I giving you this guitar back? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, it's a good guitar. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'll just keep it. I was like, all right, cool. Wait, what? How about the one time I had 2 Han guitars?
Oh, wait. I got a Han story for you.
I bring him the wrong one.
Right. Oh, that's even better.
So I go, oh crap! I seriously tried to not mix them up. I mixed them up. I drive all the way to the city. I drop off the wrong one. So I said, oh, I'll drive in tomorrow morning and drop off the other one. I bring him the other one, and I was going to pick up the other one. He's like, oh no, I'll just take that one also.
So we're doing a Dan residency at the Capitol Theater, right? And he goes, call Han, tell him I have to bring some guitars, right? So Chio shows up with a dozen guitars. And like he goes, can you come help? I got a dozen guitars. I went, you brought a dozen guitars?
I think I wanted to show him
I want to show him all this
That was
stuff,
with the picture
right?
with him with the guitars all over him?
So he goes, and this is, of course, after sound check, it's like he's just got all of these guitars. And Chio goes, did you find one you like? He goes, no, not really. So he goes, oh, so I'll pack them up. He goes,
I'll just take them.
no, you're not taking these. Bob, get security. He's not leaving with any of these, right? And then Chio's going, but that's for...
I don't have any guitars.
That's for... Those are 3 of them are customer guitars. He goes, you should know better by now. Not to bring me guitars I can't buy.
Right.
You're just going to have to tell them and say...
Sorry, can have
I
to
bought
make you one.
Yeah, I took your guitar.
So he bought all 12.
He did it to me. Remember, he was at my
Oh,
place. I had a
know.
flying V like this.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, this is nice. I'm like, yeah, it's my guitar. And then all of a sudden, it's not around anymore. He'd put it in the car.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll have one built for you. He's like, oh no, I got one. Gotta go. I was like, fuck.
Yourself?
He just took it. He just took it.
Wow.
He wasn't even discussing
That's
it.
hilarious.
He was just having it. Like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just go, and he played it every Steely Dan show ever.
And his wife still has that beat.
That was you would hear that guitar coming up. That he played it in
That
Hey
was a
19,
really,
and that when he switched to that guitar, it sounded different. It had
That was
magic.
really
in it.
great.
But he used it every Steely when he did the big rap,
They
and
would-
he would say, "Don't you like my guitar?"
All these guys who bought the other Bs who go, that's the one he played on stage. I'm like,
No, that was my guitar they stole.
That's hilarious.
Did he ever do anything? He never compensated you? Like,
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you
he didn't
were
care about the money. The money
I'm
was
like, did he just take
No,
your
he didn't.
guitar?
He didn't care. The money was some other thing. He never asked.
Sure.
If the guitar's too expensive, he wouldn't buy it. But he never asked you for a discount because I would always be like, Bob,
No,
should I
he
give him a
never-
discount?
he
No.
never did a retrofit.
Just send an invoice.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
wasn't.
he never
He didn't
did.
care. It wasn't about the money. He just didn't want to have to wait for me to build him one. He wasn't having that.
Yeah.
He was having that guitar.
He didn't care about.
Builders are
If it was too expensive, he wouldn't buy it.
He would care. He did care about. Like he would call Retrofret too. He always wanted to talk to me about Japanese guitars.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because you know about them.
If it had 4
No, I mean,
pickups, he
just-
had to have it.
I'm super.
He had
I'm
a lot of
just
those.
into some Japanese guitars and Japanese guitar history, and we'd had a few conversations about it. So we'd get different things. We had a Telstar. And the only question he'd ask is it good?
Yeah, is that a good guitar? Yeah.
Like,
I'll take it.
What question is that?
That's so
I'm on your website. Is this a good
That's the
guitar?
only question
Yeah.
he'd ever ask about a guitar.
Because he
Is
knew if it
good?
was a shitty guitar, you wouldn't say it was good. Because if
Yeah.
you did that to him and he got it, he's like, "This guitar's terrible." I'm
Then
not-
you're-
I wouldn't. You're done.
You're done.
No, and there were
Yeah.
times where I thought something was cool, and then he'd come in and be like, nah.
Cool's different. If he asked you if it's a good
Well,
guitar
when you get into
and you
that
sent him something,
level of
Well, it's all
kind of
subjective,
like
yeah.
the Wild West of guitars.
yeah,
Good and cool are not necessarily the same.
Yeah,
exactly.
sure.
He asked me if it was a good guitar. He didn't ask me if it was
Yeah.
cool. Cool's different. Those Japanese guitars are cool.
Oh, yeah.
They're not always good guitar.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like,
for sure.
but it was like we were, like while we were talking about that,
Right. Well,
Yeah.
it's a pretty esoteric.
in the
thing.
context
Right.
of that. How do I explain this? It compares to itself,
Right.
right? Is it good or cool?
Yeah.
Right. Well, this is both.
Agreed. Yeah. What do you think of the neck on that thing?
Killing.
Great, right? Give this one a shot.
Oh, I don't want to touch them.
Explorer.
They're Korean.
I
They're
wanna
pretty.
play that
So
one.
these are
The video-
Protocaster
no.
Guitars.
I'm not a V person. And I had a bunch of them, and I don't bond with them for some reason.
Flying V's?
You can't sit
They're
down.
odd, but these are not.
Oh, yes, you can.
These are comfortable.
Not comfortable, in my opinion.
No, if you
So
want-
these are guitars. These were
when you
Gibson
learn it, you have
guitars.
to play them.
Gibson custom shop
Well,
guitars.
that's the thing.
That Josh
I don't
recarves the
think
neck,
that's a
makes it
comfortable
feel right.
way to sit.
Strips of finish, shoots a nice old finish. The pickups are throwbacks, which are killing to the throwback people. You guys make amazing pickups.
Yeah, thank you, throwback.
Those are amazing. They have 50s Gibson pickup pointing machines. the throwback people. A bunch of them.
Okay.
So the
From
the
Kalamazoo?
throwback
Yeah.
stuff sounds awesome.
These are
Really
amazing
does sound
pickups.
good.
Whoa. Yeah, they have the machines and they have the
Cool.
know-how. Really nice guys. They're in like Michigan or something.
Yeah, Kalamazoo.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, this one's getting pretty close. This
Right.
one looks.
But this is Josh's work because it wasn't like that
Good.
before.
Nice.
Yeah, it's, you know,
Smack her, give her a good
Well, let's have it.
it looks pretty good. No, you know, like if you're looking, if you're.
Right, if
I'm
you don't have
always
the money
like,
for
is
a
it
real
original?
one.
Is it original? Is it
How many,
original? And so
how
I'm
many,
looking at it
how
really
many
closely.
real Explorers have you held?
None.
Fail.
But you know what?
You
know what someone told me? That
I've
there's
definitely held
only
ones that
13.
have been refinished, and you know that because it does. No, that's not
Doesn't
true.
matter.
We did have one. We did have one, and I know it was real because it had the original
Yeah.
case.
Take that. Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir. But someone
Yeah,
told me
but,
there's
like,
only 13 real
I've seen
Explorers.
this finish.
No, there's more
before.
than that.
There's
There's
this
more.
finish exists, not just. It ages, you know, not
Yeah.
this finish.
Yeah, for sure.
This I've seen this finish without seeing it specifically on an Explorer.
Oh, sure.
There
Yeah,
aren't
which is-
that many real
Something,
Explorers.
which is what I'm really.
There's
well,
not that
that's because
many.
there are.
There's
There
not
are
that
think I
many.
only
More
did
than
a lot of
one
big
real
Explorers
Explorer.
now. Always
There's
check the
100
case.
V's.
Right.
Yeah, there are more V's than Explorers. for
Because,
Yeah,
you
there's
know
way more
why?
V's than
Because they like to hang them in the store
Yeah.
window. And people go, what the hell is
Right.
that?
sure. Yeah.
How
And-
futuristic.
Yeah, check this thing
How much is that? Oh, that's
Have
350
you seen any
bucks.
of the nacho
Yeah.
casters?
I have, yeah.
Those are.
Yeah, I had a chance to
Also-
meet Nacho. He's a real nice guy.
Oh, yeah, you hung out.
Thank
How about
I
these?
want that.
Actually. Oh,
He
yeah,
actually
there you go.
named
Ooh,
one
yeah.
of his guitars Shira.
These are Mike
Is that right?
Hutton
Yeah.
guitars.
That's cool.
You seen these new ones?
No,
Because
New
there's a lot
Project
of
58?
bad
You have one of these, huh?
one
I
and
have
a
a Carino.
finish out there.
Oh, sure, yeah.
with fretwork by Chiohan.
Right. That was a whole thing at that
That was a
time,
whole thing.
right? But these we have made by
Yeah,
a
it was
friend in
like-
Canada,
because-
Mike
yeah.
Hotman, and Josh shoots the finish and assembles them.
Yeah. Carves the neck,
So,
shoots
they're
the finish,
juniors.
assemble these things, and
Something so cool about
these
it.
are great, simple guitars.
That's what
You're
juniors.
supposed to hold it right.
And yes,
These are great neck carves,
the
too.
Ray Davies.
You
hole.
carved these necks, right?
So,
Yes.
That
what
feels
you
great.
should do one day, you should go to Chattanooga
Okay,
to the Songbird Museum,
we go.
right? I will hook you up,
Okay, yeah.
right? And I will have them take you into the vault, right? And you can play real Carina V's and real Carina
That's what I want
Explorers.
to see.
So you can look
I've
at them,
seen
smell them,
V.
because they have a certain kind of smell too. And
Well, Mojo told me Peter smells the inside of Tellys. He could tell in 2 seconds.
We smell it all.
Right.
We smell it all.
Yeah, I have a crappy sense of smell. So do you, right? I have like no sense of smell at
I
all.
mean, so
And Bob has the same. It's called something.
I have a
Virtually no
pretty
sense of
good
smell. I can go through the garbage, doesn't bother me. Like it happened the other day. My wife thought she threw away her Apple Watch and she threw it in the garbage. I was
She's like, "Doug,
no
get in
problem."
here.
She opened up. She started throwing up. I opened it up like, no problem.
diving in.
It's one of the few skills I have that other people don't have.
This is not the avenue I was
But Dan would go
expecting.
too. He's like,
not
smell
at
this. I was
all.
like, I don't really have a sense of smell.
I mean,
Like,
there's just certain things you can't
that smell different, right?
fake. You
Right.
can't fake the way 50 years of smoking cigarettes around something smells.
Right.
Yeah, fair
You
enough.
can't fake
Well-
the way it smells when
When
lacquer
Do
ages.
this to nitro, right? I can smell nitro.
Right,
So,
nitro
but-
ages,
but the
right?
thing is,
well,
is
that
that
that one's a given.
How
but
many
also there's just
people
certain-
know what something that's been a smoky environment for 50 years smells
Well,
like?
all
Well,
guitars
that's-
used
yeah,
to smell like
that's-
that.
I know. Yeah.
I did it. I
That
sure
was
did
interesting.
that.
You know, you just have to base it on your own. We were talking before, you know, as you go, as I went on, I learned more and more about guitars just by having more and more guitars in my hand, smelling more things, seeing more things, seeing the way it goes more times, right?
I'm going to give you a little insight here.
Yeah.
On a lot of Explorers,
Yes, I love this. Tell me.
right? On a lot of Explorers, the edge of this tuning peg
Goes off. I've seen that. Right.
Right,
and
okay.
they file it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Because this is a Fender style.
Sure, 6 in line.
You know,
yeah.
when in '58 there are no 6 on the head. Are there any 6 on the side?
Gibsons at that point?
In 58?
Gibson, no. The
No.
Trini Lopez wasn't out yet.
No.
Yeah,
Most
no.
things weren't out yet.
They're
Les Pauls were out.
sucks.
It was like this was like
Yeah.
uncharted territory.
There was no headstock like that, right?
No, definitely not. But you'll see them
From Gibson, no.
From Gibson, right.
off on a lot of them.
That's true. I've seen that hang off thing. Or I read it in a
Yeah.
book or something. I know about that.
I
Somehow.
think they went whole hog when they got Epiphone and started making all those 6-in-line headstock Epiphones like that.
Well, that was because
That was the
Fender was
mid-60s,
out selling.
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Yeah.
They, they were just trying to appeal to
And
Fender.
when you really think about it, right, tuning a guitar like this is easier than going bip,
Sure.
bip, bip.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely true, especially with a string winder. You know, like, doing a string winder on this side
So like,
sucks.
it's like, ha, look at me. And you're like,
You would have like ruined the cornet when they made
very
it.
interesting.
on
No
one
one's
side.
ever pointed that out to me before, and I am going to look for that now. Yeah. I know for a fact.
Can you grab the cornet that's out there?
That if I were to ever encounter what someone presents to me as an explorer, that I should definitely
Look for that,
Look
right.
for the case. Look at the case, because these
Yeah.
cases
It's a
are
unique
impossible
case.
yeah,
Yeah.
you want
to make and find.
Well, you can make them, but you won't.
But
They
to
won't.
make them right and make
Exact.
them
You can't get the
hold.
same covering.
Yeah.
You could make
that's-
them.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
the exact shape
So-
and the exact.
I have a
construction.
70s Explorer case out there. 'Cause I
And
brought
it would have
black one
come
with
with
that,
a
yeah.
case.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
So
pretty
if it's
rare.
missing the
Yellow
case, I
inside.
get very.
Purple.
I'm supposed to be dubious. I know that for a fact.
But
Be dubious
I
if
got it
it's
when I was at
missing
Chelsea
the case.
because Les made me your Explorer. And I was like, oh, can I take this case? And he was like, sure. It fits
Is
only an
that square
Explorer.
corners or round corners?
I don't know.
Bust it out, baby.
Connor,
That's
can you-
it.
Can you also grab the Explorer case?
This is pretty darn cool, I gotta tell you.
It's a neat guitar, right?
The cornet? Did we lose it?
Yeah, I like the necks on both of these.
Oh, no, it's right there.
How many
I was like, shit, we lost the guitar already.
Stash of real explorers. Take me there.
Sorry about that.
Actually,
We did not lose
I
it.
know where it is.
We were just going to look at the case, yeah.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
There's
70s Explorer case. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one thing that could fit in it.
Yes.
That's a 70s case.
Guitar. Purple. There's anything in it.
Interesting.
Oh wow.
Interesting
Sponge. This is how I used to
It is.
humidify everything.
Aww.
Before they made humidifiers, I made these.
Sponge in a plastic bag.
There was an article in
Better
Vintage
to
Guitar
sponge
that
than
taught you how to make this. You would get
Why
like
would
those
you want to
soap things.
humidify a solid body guitar?
Yeah, that's.
It probably came from an acoustic, but somehow
Well,
wound up
the
in
fret
here.
ends were sticking out.
Whoa! Bring those over here.
We got
Maz is
a bunch
kicking
of-
it old school like I was.
You know what? This is one thing that if there's one thing I'd like to impart upon the guitar playing universe,
Go through the cases.
especially acoustic guitars. People who
I
are
have to use them
acoustic,
for like
it doesn't really matter
cracks.
what kind of
So
humidifier you have.
you guys
it just matters that
humidify
you
some cracks.
consistently
Humidify
use
your
it.
guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always did
That's-
this.
It doesn't really matter. You can get the fanciest one.
And make sure to poke holes.
$70
Exactly.
humidifier. Yeah, just,
Imagine-
you can get a sponge
but
in a
if you
bag.
don't, it's like,
Here's the thing: your
That will
sponge in a
work.
bag will do better if you're refilling it often.
Every couple days.
Then you know your fanciest
Right.
humidification system. If you don't,
I did that
have
for
it.
years, and I always had vintage guitars, even when I was young. And that's how you did it. There was no damper. No, they didn't come
Yeah.
out yet. There was an article on vintage guitar that taught you how to make one out of like one of those things you bring soap when you travel.
Yeah.
Sure.
Poke
Yeah.
holes in that and put a sponge in it.
Smart.
And I had like 10 of those. I remember going to the store buying those things. They're like, what do you need so many of those things for? I was like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Sir,
Mind your
are
own
you
business."
making drugs?
Yeah, like, what are you doing with 10 of those? They're like, don't worry about it. So then you're poking, and I'm poking holes in them with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
And I had them in every acoustic guitar case. You know,
Sure.
like,
But you used it. You used it.
someone
That's the
tipped
thing.
me to that. Or just maybe a guitar collapsed on me and that was why.
That's the
But
thing.
to this day, every winter, I'm like, do you humidify your guitars? They're like, no. I'm like, that's why your guitar looks like this. Electric guitars even too. People are like, my guitar's pretty good. I'm like, do you humidify it?
Yeah.
No. Well, that's
Yeah.
why your fret ends are popping out. And
Yep.
that's why you're about to spend $150.
Yeah.
You know, where a sponge costs
It's the
10 cents.
It's literally the simplest thing. It's
Yeah.
the one thing. If I can impart this,
It's true. Tell them.
humidify
Your guitars.
your acoustic instruments.
knows.
If you have a piano at home, put a humidifier under it. Do you have a ukulele? Get a little humidifier. Do you have a mandolin? Get yourself a
probably do.
humidifier. You have an acoustic guitar, you spent all that money on your fancy new acoustic guitar, maybe it's even a vintage acoustic guitar, especially the nice ones, The pressed wood, not gonna crack as fast as something with a natural grain,
Right.
splits apart, you know, and once it splits, that's it. Once a pickle, never a cucumber again. Humidify your guitars, people.
Oh, very good.
Humidify.
Pickle.
We should cut that up and
It's a
make
nice
a promo
callback.
out of it.
Do it,
That was
humidify.
very good.
If I can stand for one thing, it's that.
That was
Humidify your
testifying.
guitars.
Man,
So I haven't-
Guitars
I did.
podcast. You were
Testify.
learning shit.
Seen a lot of broken guitars.
Cornet.
Since I don't have
Yeah.
any acoustic
We also make
guitars,
these.
I don't care.
I love that early 60s 3-on-3.
So these are satellite cornets. Our friend Adam, who owns Satellite Amps,
Vibe.
we
Well,
build
show
these.
it to the camera. We know what they look like.
They look like cornets.
So show the people.
Yeah, look, it's a cornet.
Yeah,
and we own the name cornet, so we're allowed
Those
to
are
call them
neat,
that.
neat guitars.
There you go.
So it's pretty sweet.
Cornet, cornet, cornet.
And
Cornet.
the necks and bodies are made by a friend of Adam's in California, sent to Josh Ruff, and he does the rest.
Cool.
Beautiful.
I like that you
Nitro
do
finishes.
the checking that goes across because that is very epiphone.
It's natural check.
This is real checking.
That's
No razor
Oh,
blades.
okay.
If you see
Never a
a
razor
mahogany guitar with the checking
The other way,
parallel to
it's
the
not.
grain,
The other way.
I mean,
that's done with free on.
How did you get it to
Wow.
start to
Don't say a word!
Magician can't reveal all his
That's
secrets.
right.
So you encouraged its own natural behavior instead of
Don't
like
say a word,
making
Josh.
it do
Yeah,
it.
there's
There's no
razor blade.
proprietary.
That is the
it's
checking
proprietary.
pattern that you see
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it's natural.
era
This looks real, right?
phone. It goes across,
That's
right?
the way it looks, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, Josh can do razor checking. He's done it to guitars that were not nitro
why
or
would
it is
he do
nitro.
that?
It's awful.
It just
is
feels
awful.
a little different. It looks a little different. He does a great
Sure.
job of it, but this is not done with razor blade. I mean, none of these are.
Sure.
No.
Okay.
So I don't know if you could really get
Right.
into there.
You've encouraged it to naturally happen.
Yeah.
You have to
You
talk
sped
to
up
it.
the process.
You have to talk to it,
exactly.
right?
The way it happens in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of
exactly.
it's having the real lap.
They get cold.
You can't just
Yeah.
get in the old lap.
And you
That's-
bring them
right.
into
You need
a warm
a,
environment. and
You need real lap.
Wood
The right
expands
lap.
faster.
What
Yeah.
Gibson
than
calls
the
nitro is not
lacquer
nitro.
does.
This is
Gibson
nitro.
calls a lot of things.
I know, we shit on
Oh,
Gibson all
here
the
we
time
go.
on the podcast.
Here we
But
go.
what they call guitars aren't even guitars.
That guy, they're going to
Gibson.
make a video about
Gibson,
you.
we-
I know, I'm on their hit list already.
Everybody- I love hate
But so's everybody else, so it's not so bad.
Well, you know
I
it's
love
a-
Gibson guitars.
Me too, I love Gibson.
The best
I
guitars
play
in the
Gibson
world are
guitars.
Gibsons.
I like Gibson guitars
Worst
before
guitars in the world are
68.
Gibsons.
But they don't shoot real nitro, they can't. Then it could never, it's hard to work with.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they would
Well,
need
it
a
is.
million Joshes in the basement.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Sounds
yeah,
like
exactly.
a weird.
A million
It does
Joshes in the
sound weird.
basement. That'd be
Yeah.
a fun party. Josh is actually a fun guy. It's like that would be a great.
That is a
That would be a
fun
killing basement.
Yeah. Boy, that would be a strange environment.
That would be a wild party.
I'm just really enjoying.
You would learn a lot about state capitals.
Right? It's very comfortable, yeah.
So that isn't there like
Makes me all
a Pete
sentimental.
Townsend thing where he's holding a flying bee like that?
Yeah, it's
They're an album
it's his
cover like
solo
that.
album, the first
Right.
solo album.
He's flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Does he
Pete
take a little
Townsend.
nap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He's like,
Maybe that's what they were for.
just quiet, Pete, sleep.
Yeah, they are virtually impossible to sit
Should I
playing
get
down.
Yeah, you gotta have like a
There's this
kickstand.
weird thing, right? Well, someone made the kickstand.
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
for them,
I was
but-
thinking about how to
but then
design
it looks
something like
stupid.
that. Oh yeah. Well, it has to be able to tuck away. You gotta have something that
Right.
can.
Well, there was
kick
like
out
the
and
Guild
kick back.
guitar where it came out of the back,
Oh,
but it
yeah.
never works right, so they all have broken headstocks.
Yes.
Like, look, my guitar's standing up by itself. Crash. Oh, God.
Yeah. Was that the Jet?
The thing Muddy Waters had, yeah, on the
Something,
cover of
Jet.
Electric Mud.
Yeah.
And they're good guitars.
They're great
They made a
guitars.
version
Wow.
without
Great
the
pickups in
kickstand
them.
also. There's one with the kickstand, one without
I've
the kickstand.
only ever had them with the kickstand.
They've
at
made them without
Retrofret. I'm not sure. I
think-
totally
I think
believe
that-
you. I just haven't. I've only seen one with
Because I don't think
No,
Muddy Waters had a kickstand.
Sorry.
Daniel, what the fuck?
That's it. You're
Mike,
allowed to
we're
leave.
busy here.
We're talking kickstands.
Listen,
We're
if
talking
you,
builds.
if you ever had experience with manufacturers, right, all of a sudden it's like, hey, how come there's a batch that has no kickstand?
Oh,
We
really?
forgot.
We have a what now?
Paint them and ship them.
Right.
That's
That's
why
it.
you see SGs in that color.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, Gibson.
I said Polaris
Never say
white.
never
That's
when
not
it's
Polaris
Gibson.
white.
Just-
Oh, do I have to strip them? No, ship them.
No, just get out.
Yeah, that's why you
They
find
were
That's why
black
you
guitars.
never see.
They would
That's why
randomly
you never
do
see a
stuff to use it
TV
up.
yellow SG standard or custom.
Didn't someone just have one? Oh, it's SG Junior.
Juniors.
Rumble Seat had one.
Yeah,
just
juniors
recently.
and specials you'll see because
Right.
they did like a batch of 20 of each.
TV Yellow
Or, yeah.
SG Junior.
And
they
then
just-
until the line guy went, what the fuck is
the
this?
fuck are you doing, right?
It says white.
That's a $2 guitar.
That's white for TV. Hey, this is the 60s. We have color TV now. You
Yeah.
know? Should we repaint them? Ship them.
Yeah.
Just ship them.
Yeah,
But you know, that's
see?
why you find black guitars everywhere.
That's why you find guitar. I mean,
Right, 'cause
I saw
Shoot over that thing and get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I saw ES330s that had no F-holes.
What?
Oh, that was
Whoa!
I know.
just blew everybody's mind.
harmony.
Was it painted on like the Grinch?
No, and I was at
Just not
a
so
music
weird.
store in Belleville, New Jersey. This is
Oh, you saw this in person?
Oh yeah, and I said to the salesman, I
say
go,
never.
these guitars have new F-holes, and he said like, yeah, Gibson, right there you go. What do you expect?
That's what I
You
said.
know?
Whoa!
That's what I said.
What year was that?
That is
Or like
bonkers.
Around the same time, 60s, the same time they made that what was it, the one that had the rosewood, Brazilian rosewood top,
The crest?
the crest.
Yeah.
What's the crest?
The crest had a Brazilian rosewood top,
That is a
which
funky-ass
immediately
guitar.
warped and cracked.
It's pretty. It's a very
pretty.
guitar.
It's an electric guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never heard
it's
of
like a
this.
330.
With a Brazilian rosewood top?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
A veneer.
fancy appointments all over the place.
Yeah.
I never even heard of that.
Is
Have
it
you heard of
gold
that?
hardware on
I
that
believe it
guitar?
does.
Yeah.
I never even heard of that
It's got a
guitar.
nice tailpiece.
How many did they
Yeah,
make?
it's like a late '60s guitar,
Yeah,
right?
six-
Gibson
68.
Crest.
Yeah, the crest.
I've never even heard of that.
It's
Wait,
very
does it have the
strange.
flute on the neck yet, or no? Did they make any of
Probably
it?
68, no, wouldn't have a balloon.
how
Balloon
were
comes
they
in around
making
70.
Were they done
Which
for
is
like
not actually a
70s?
bad
I
thing.
think
I
it
don't
might
know
have
why.
only been a couple
just the
years.
1 year?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that
How
guitar.
many guitars?
small
How many
batch, as I
headstock cracks
recall.
have you seen on guitars with volutes?
A lot.
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
So many.
That's because they were sold to lame people.
Well, those
No, it's because the flute doesn't fit
the balloon didn't
actual
work.
problem.
Right.
well,
the
what
balloon
it
didn't
is,
work.
it doesn't fit in the case right.
Or they say they put it in the
Right.
wrong place.
Okay.
I've heard that.
Well,
I-
it is good and ugly though, so you at least get
Because
that.
someone else had the volute, like Gills had
Hey,
volutes.
which is worse, a volute or a scarf joint?
Oh, boy, that is
Let's
tricky.
ponder that.
Yeah,
for a
damn.
second.
Boy.
Ouch.
Yeah, you stopped the room with that.
Volutes are bad.
Volute, because it
Volutes
doesn't
are
actually
bad.
solve the problem that it's.
That it's for, and it
That
makes
it's
your guitar
for.
suck.
Yeah, and they're gross.
They're just
so
gross. They
What,
make
the
me
scarf
angry.
joint?
No,
No.
no.
Volute.
I mean,
Scarf joint,
you know.
come on.
Yeah, fair enough.
Come
I mean,
on.
I don't
that's
even like saying scarf
I'm
joint.
not good enough to make an angled headstock, so we'll just put
Or
one
it's
on.
just too cheap.
Yeah, but that's a solution at least.
Yeah, I can use the skinnier,
least
but the
that's the
narrower
solution.
piece
Jim
of
Martin's
wood.
had some kind of volute, but their volute was fine. It was a little diamond.
That's
Oh,
different,
the
though.
diamond is nice,
Here's the
I
It
think.
wasn't
Okay.
a big ski slope thing in the middle of your
Yeah,
fucking neck.
Right, it's not a goiter on the
I would
back
like
of
to
your
make my
headstock.
understanding of the problem and what they were trying to solve known. So like Gibson would like put their they put their headstock onto the
Right here.
neck, right? And it wasn't fit super well. It was not cut.
I can
with
hear the
precision.
lawyers gearing up now.
Yeah, you're gonna get a suit again.
And they'd squirt a whole bunch of glue in there and
Whoa.
make it work.
Oh, they hate you.
Moss is nodding his head back there, by the way.
Moss, get out here.
And so
Get rid of the stupid case.
They fit it together, but obviously that's like the thinnest point on the
Get that
guitar.
out of here.
And it's again like you're looking at an SG that's a terribly
Explorer
weighted
case.
guitar, right?
Wow.
So it's gonna pitch forward. It's gonna flop. It's already prone to falling over because of the weight, because of the weight
Oh, I
distribution on
can
the
hear the
guitar.
lawyers now.
Well, Moss, what do you think of Gibson
And-
volutes break still, right?
And so
Yeah,
instead
it
of
depends
making
on the,
the
you know, if you
headstock
care
more
if you drop
precise
it
to
or
fit the
not.
neck, which
Exactly.
would have
They'll
solved that and also
break no
balancing
matter
the
what.
guitar, instead of doing that, they
Actually,
put an
the
extra
scarf
little
joint is
flute, like this
stronger,
lip
actually.
on the back of the guitar
it's brighter,
headstock. And yeah, it makes it a little
tone-wise.
thicker, but it doesn't solve the real reason why they all break the same way. They all break in that
That little V,
smile
right.
line, right? Because that's the line
Where the
of where the
tension sits,
headstock met up. But that's actually the headstock is manufactured and comes to comes with that
Tapered.
little line,
I've seen that
tapered
thing.
in, right? And it
Crestwood,
sets
right?
into
Crest.
that
Yeah,
neck there.
crest.
They try to.
It looks like an
make it
ES150D
all
or something.
work there.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
that's
it's
like-
kind of, it's not
Whoa.
quite.
Kinda
Most of them, the tops,
loosey,
like,
all screwed.
loosey there. So,
they all-
yeah, so if you
Crack,
not, which
crack,
you
blah,
inevitably
blah,
are going to
blah,
do
blah.
because
Somebody
it's a
put
badly,
Well,
not badly,
this
it's
one's
not
got everything. Well, it's got all the.
evenly weighted guitar.
Yeah.
The headstock's got a lot of weight on it.
Right, that,
It'll pitch over and
the
boom.
crest.
That's that.
It's like your weakest
All the
spot.
paperwork.
So they never
'Cause
fix
nobody
the
wanted
problem.
it.
That's the thing. That's the thing about the flute. It doesn't actually do what it's
The
supposed to do.
key.
Right. Well, Moss will tell you what. I mean, you fixed enough of those guitars.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've
No
got
Do
a
you,
crest
do you
there.
agree with my
Yeah, no
assessment?
volute.
I am
Sure,
not
sure.
a
Waffle
repair
back,
person.
68,
Yeah.
69.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the thing?
Well,
More or
well,
less.
They're pretty.
when they're glued, it depends on what kind of glue you use. It'll be stiffer and it'll be a little bit treblier.
Well,
Yeah.
didn't everyone say once your fixture has like it
$7,000.
sounds better?
Oh, when
it does, right?
Who says that?
I
lot of
say
people.
it.
It's true. It's
Yeah,
definitely true.
because even
Definitely true.
I've never heard that.
one
Really?
time,
Yeah, I've never heard that.
no,
true.
because I've done it so many of them in the '90s.
Yeah.
So many people play Les Paul because of Guns N' Roses, and
they're
you know
good.
they get wasted, so they trip off
Yeah.
the bass player or someone trips over the fucking line.
Yeah.
Right? Then
Stumbles the thing out of the stand.
So every week I had a couple Les Pauls, and I will only charge like $100 or something.
Yeah,
just
to glue the
epoxy
thing
them.
back.
But then
They sound
those
better.
guys come back and say, "This guitar,
Sounds better.
it just sounds so much better than before."
What
Where it
what
was
do you
weak,
think
it's
the
now
explanation
strong.
is?
Right.
Where
Because-
the weakest part of the guitar is now the strongest
Exactly,
part.
and also mahogany
Yeah.
is so porous
Well,
that
it'll break there again if you, knock it over.
You
but-
use
We would
I use
guarantee them for
only
life.
like epoxy.
Dang.
It'll
and
never
that
break in the
makes
same
it
place.
stiff.
It'll just break where it's weaker over here.
And the tone, it just
Huh.
yeah, happened to my Alembic too.
Oh,
Now,
I booked-
Bob has
booked
got
me-
How many headstock breaks have you seen on a Fender?
One.
a lot,
Boy,
Remember the
I knew
guy-
this was
but
gonna
not
come.
as much as like
Remember the
Gibson.
kid who used to
Gibson.
play with Patti Smith?
Who?
Oliver was his name.
Yeah, right.
On Saturday Night Live, tossed a Telecaster.
Well, I mean,
You can probably find it on YouTube.
Right.
And the headstock broke.
That is
Like a Gibson
Whoa.
headstock broke.
That's
You
You
It
have
broke
to
some other places
physically
too.
throw
That
it
wasn't
across the
through it,
room
right.
to break that.
Because Pete Townsend would hit him and the next
I
way would...
said
All you
strap.
have to do with an SG is like
Look at it.
Look
Yeah,
at it.
yeah, exactly.
I've never.
you blow on it, it's like
I have never seen
Yeah.
a Fender guitar break there.
Yeah.
Ever.
That one time we saw
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It must have hit
That's-
something right there.
Only couple.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. We even tried. You know, where
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we took them and just smacked them against
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like concrete.
Oh, yeah.
And what
It's hard.
happens is they will crack this way.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've never
Right,
seen
right,
one
right,
that
right,
way.
That little wing.
We-
to the-
Only one I ever saw was Richie Blackmore's guitar that he hit a TV camera with, and it broke here
You know what? We did
Right.
the Spike Lee movie.
because that
You gotta try hard.
headstock
It takes
headstock
effort.
showed up
We
on
did Spike
eBay.
Lee movie, and there was a
Probably
scene where they were
bullet
throwing
press rod.
The girlfriend was supposed to throw the
exactly.
guitar.
It's more-
It was all hollowed
So
out.
he wanted
that's
70
why.
straps. The movie took place in the 70s. Like, I need like a dozen 70 straps. We're going to throw them out a window. I was like, why don't we just get Mexican ones that have big headstocks? And he was like, all right, that sounds fine. We'll save you a lot of money. So we got all these Mexican straps with big headstocks. So we're making reissues. And the scene didn't happen in the movie where the girlfriend threw the thing out. They just showed the guitar tumbling through space. It was weird. And then Chelsea Guitars was in the movie for a second because then the guy had to go buy a new guitar. But they were throwing these guitars off the roof of a building to try to get them to break.
Couldn't do it.
And they wouldn't. Mexican straps. They're like, woo! It was like
Yes.
like a 12-floor
Built to
building.
last.
They're hitting the ground. They call us up. They're like, what do we do? These guitars won't break. We're like, unscrew the neck a lot and then toss it off and see if that does it. They're like, it did it. It broke.
I kind of have a theory about why the Fenders are like way hardier. Because Leo Fender was like engineer
Practical
mind,
guy, right?
He was very practical. Everything that he designed was super practically
And
laid
cheap.
out.
But it must have something to do with the
Very
bolt on.
It's way cheaper to make a guitar
Yeah.
with a straight headstock.
Yeah.
Well, that's
True.
certainly part of it.
Yes.
It must be the bolt-on thing compared to the set neck
Whereas
thing.
like,
To make it out of
whereas,
one
with
piece of
Gibson,
wood.
it's a lot more like
If you drop this way, it's gonna break.
it's a lot more like what's my fantasy of a guitar without considering the like
If I drop it.
mechanics of the guitar.
Right.
So like Gibson is like, what
Right.
would be cool?
Right.
Let's put these horns here. Like we'll like
Right.
yeah.
Or a
But,
Firebird.
like, but then you end up But then you end up
Whatever
with
headstock
like.
Firebird, you go
this
boom.
and go
And
boom.
then you
talking
end
about
up with certain
headstock
decisions
breaks,
that
right?
are not very engineered, like
Like a
thought
Firebird.
out. Like you end up with like the pickup right at the
Yeah.
weakest point, or the neck is. You know,
Have you
like
ever
you end up
seen
with these
all
Like
you
the SG is
youngsters? Have you ever
different.
seen the Fender ad where they have a Fender neck
Guy standing on it.
and a 300-pound guy
I've seen that.
standing on it?
Yes.
You know, where they have
That makes
it's a-
sense.
What?
Yeah.
Because Brian Monty tells me when he builds a guitar, he builds it and then he stands on it. Because I was supposed to pick up a guitar from him. I was going to go to Canada and get it. He's like, don't come up, it's not ready. I was like, why? I stood on the neck and it snapped.
Oh,
He's like, you wouldn't have wanted that guitar anyway.
There you go.
He's like, I stand on the neck and make sure it won't break.
Yeah.
wow.
So,
Crazy.
but his guitars I've dropped. They don't
It's a
break.
nice guitar.
Wow.
You know, so, but he said you wouldn't have wanted that guitar anyway. I stood on it, snapped.
That's funny.
That was his thing, because I was so psyched to get this guitar. You're from a
That's how
guitar
you know.
builder. You wait a year and a half. They tell you it's going to be 3 weeks, and it's a year and a half later.
Right.
And they're like, go to get my guitar. I stood on the neck, and I was like, I thought it was total bullshit. He sent me a picture.
Editing thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
This is like we should all be drinking.
It sounds like we've been drinking.
Yeah. Well, we did that in the podcast earlier. We'd be drunk, and by the end, it was all. The first one, I interviewed Daniel,
Not even like
and he was so drunk that it was unusable. We never, and for us to use, for it to be unusable, it's like impossible. He was just muttering fucked up things about people we know. And he was like, dude, I'm really sorry. We can't use any of this. That was podcast number 1.
No.
You did it. Neurotic
it's
acid.
too early for me to start. I can't. It's
Yeah,
so
we
early in the
would
day
get it
for me
done
to-
back in the day. But that's where all those hot
Thank you.
videos came from. But
They look good.
we'll talk about that.
All right.
That wasn't because we weren't on drugs.
Is that how the hat started talking to you?
No, that wouldn't happen without drugs, would it?
Drugs.
What
I grew up in the woods. Versus
Alcohol.
Hats talk to people, right? So, anyway, we should probably begin to wrap up. What the fuck happened to Mojo?
I told you what.
Couldn't make it.
Why don't we ask your
Mojo.
opinion on what happened to Mojo?
Mojo's great on podcasts. Did you see him on the last one? Mojo was on fire the last podcast.
I saw
He
it.
offended everybody. It
That's
was
why I
awesome.
wanted to come to be the
Mojo
Antichrist.
has a lot of personality.
Because he scared me.
I love that guy. He might be scared of me, right?
Oh boy.
That might be true.
Oh man, you setting up
He's
setting
in
up a duel.
jail.
Oh, no,
A
stop.
duel?
This is going to be
Yeah.
A duel would involve me being scared of him. I don't think I am.
Anyway, so we'd just like to
have to
thank
be
a few
fair.
people, if we could.
He's gonna watch this, and he's
James
gonna have
Carbonetti was not
something to
able to be here today because
I'll
he's
be hearing
visiting a
about
sick
this.
relative.
Trying to stoke the
We're not going
fire.
to just say a few things, if you don't mind. James Carbonetti was not able to be here today because he has a sick relative. He's in New Hampshire, so we wish his sick relative a speedy recovery. And we missed you, James, of course, and thank you for letting us use your place. And Eric and Moss, of course, thank you for being here. Although you're always here. We'd like to thank Nitebob for coming out to Sunset
Yes.
Park, Brooklyn.
Yeah,
And
Bob!
and of course, Shira Goldberg. our guest.
Yeah.
Awesome, and she'll be back because we didn't quite get to your whole story.
Yeah, it's
because it's interesting and it's awesome, and we didn't get to the whole thing. We got up to like
I go on
retro.
tangents.
We got we're gonna do another one with you and Peter anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll catch up then. And Josh from Protocaster, of course.
Yay!
We'd like to thank Connor McDowell for helping us with everything.
All right.
There he is.
Been here
There he
this
is.
time.
Gets shit done. And Daniel Ferry, of course, for filming the thing and editing it.
All
and,
right, Daniel.
Fixing all the stupid shit we do. And come to our guitar show is May 2nd this year at the Guitar Show NYC.
Oh man,
Yes.
it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna
Be
be awesome.
there. Be here.
Brooklyn.
Last one was awesome.
And
Guitar
I'm sure
showcase
we'll
and-
have raffles and stuff. So
And there will be
you know,
raffles, and
it'll
there'll
be
probably be
great.
snacks. So
Yes.
it's gonna be pretty
Snacks.
awesome. There'll be snacks.
And
this time.
Snacks.
you guys get to hang out with
It's like
me.
the
This
and
time.
the other
Not last time.
Eric and
That's how we started,
Father,
wasn't it?
Richard.
Wow, that came
There's-
full circle. I really thought you said that. I was like, whoa. Okay, this is happening now.
I mean, I'm fearless, but you know.
Yeah, I was like, wow, Brooklynites are wild. Anyhow, well, if you go back to the beginning of it, you'll understand why we just said that. But it all started with snacks and it ended with snacks. So we'd like to thank everybody, and especially Andrew Follett, and our sponsors, Labella Strings and Bob's Used Helicopter.